Hello, everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. Of course, I'm Diego, and today we're going to talk some more about it, just like crap. Your favorite show here. Definitely not my favorite show. It's a show that pretty much started my YouTube channel. You know, they announced that they were going to make the Sex and the City sequel / reboot, and they did, and it was an abortion. And it bothered me a lot because I actually watched the original show. I watched it back in the day. I remember it very well. I thought it was fake back then. Okay, yeah, I know it pisses you off, doesn't it, ladies? Okay, but your show was actually fake. Okay, and the reason it was fake was not because of the women. No, not because of the women. Okay, I totally agree with the women acting that way, talking that way. You know, the things that they talked about, I agree with that 100%. Okay, nothing against that. Okay, but the men, there were no men on that show, and you can't have a show about dating. Okay, heterosexual relationships for the most part. Okay, you can't have a show about dating without portraying men realistically as well. You got the woman right. The women are fine, but you don't get the men right. These are not real men. They don't act like men, and the reason for that is because it was written by a gay guy. Okay, and feminists. Okay, feminists who don't fucking understand men. They'll never understand men because they've never been one. Okay, they don't know what it's like. They don't know the things that we have to go through. Okay, the problems that we have. They might know about it, like by reading about it, but they've never experienced it. Okay, like as I've never experienced pregnancy. I don't know what that's like. I'm never going to know what that's like. Okay, so if a woman is having problems with her pregnancy or whatever, complaining about it, okay, I can't really tell her I understand. Okay, I can't really write about it. Okay, I can't really, because I don't know what it feels like to be going through that. You see what I mean? And the same goes for men. Okay, there's nobody on the show, nobody on Sex and the City knows what it's like to be a real man. Okay, nobody. I mean, I know the guy that created it was Darren Star, and I think he's straight. Okay, but that was just the first season. Then he left. Okay, and remember the show changed after the first season. Okay, they used to do like man on the street interviews. Okay, in the first season, then they got rid of that in the second season. All right, they used to have Skipper in the first season, remember, and then they got rid of him in the second season with no explanation. Okay, so the show changed, but once it found its groove, because these women were all dating different people. Every episode, she meets a guy, okay, fucks the guy, and then 5 minutes before the episode is over, she finds something wrong with the guy. Boom, that's it, he's gone. Next episode, rinse and repeat. And that's for all the characters, all 4 of the characters. Okay, but I mean, it's a formula, obviously, but it worked. It worked because a lot of women had fantasies about dating all these high value men because these men were all high value. Okay, nobody on the show dated a guy that worked at a McDonald's. Okay, nobody dated a guy that that was a plumber. Okay, or a bus driver. Okay, or some normal, ordinary blue collar job. No, all the guys on the show were hotel executives, law firm partners, okay, movie producers, okay, orchestra conductors, high priced divorce attorneys, okay. Doctors that come from billionaire families, stupid shit like that. Investment bankers, okay, all right, that's all the guys were on that show. All right, they were all like these high-end like professional jobs. Okay, so that part wasn't realistic at all. Okay, that these women who, let's face it, okay, the reason Sex and the City was created because a lot of women realize, okay, every generation realizes this, like the generation before didn't warn them. Okay, every woman just figures it out. Okay, and then they start a whole movement about it, and that's like every 10 years this happens, okay? Because nobody fucking paid attention till when the older women were saying the same shit 10 years ago. They just started all up again, okay? And these women, like Sarah Jessica Parker, like Kim Cattrall, like Kristen Davis, okay, like Cynthia Nixon, okay, they all realized, okay, back in the mid-90s that they're getting old, okay? And that they're not getting the same movie roles, the same TV roles, okay? They can't play the hot girl, okay, that the stud, falls in love with and chases in the movie, okay? They can't do that anymore because they're getting too fucking old and getting too fucking ugly. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. It's the truth, okay? All right, that's the truth. So what do you do when women are feeling self-conscious and insecure about their looks? Okay, when women are walking down the street, you know, and all of a sudden they're seeing all these women that are 10 years, 20 years younger than them, looking better than them and getting all the attention from the men that used to give them attention. What do women do when that happens? Well, it's simple. You create a fucking show, okay, where none of that exists. And they're the high value woman now. All the men want them. Everyone wants to look like them. Everyone wants to be them. Okay? It's basically a jerk-off session, okay, for women. All right? And that's exactly what the show was, okay? It was for women's insecurity, so they can feel better about themselves. Oh, yes, Samantha might be 40 years old, but look at all those hot guys she gets to fuck. All the guys that Samantha fucked were all better looking than her. What the fuck? They all had ripped abs, tall, professionals. You know, like, what the fuck is this? Okay, I'm sorry. Kim Cattrall was well past her prime. Okay? She did not look like she did in Police Academy anymore, or like she did in Big Trouble in Little China anymore. Okay? And second, she was like 40 years old already on Sex and the City. Okay? Sarah Jessica Parker. Now, Sarah Jessica Parker, I mean, she looked good. Okay? But, you know, she was always what I call ugly pretty, okay? Even when I first saw her on Footloose, okay? To me, she was ugly pretty, okay? Which means that she was, like, I would have sex with her, I would, okay? But she wasn't the best looking girl. You know what I mean? She wasn't like, you know, I mean, yeah, she's hot and she's sexy and I'd definitely fuck her, but as soon as you get another pretty girl in the room, like who has classical beauty standards, you know, who looks like a classical beauty, you know, then all of a sudden I'm going to forget who Sarah Jessica Parker, what her name is, and I'm going to like look at the other girl, okay? And that's the truth. That's the truth, okay? So as long as there's no like super beautiful women in the same scene with Sarah Jessica Parker, then I'm going to be attracted to Sarah Jessica Parker. At least I was back then, okay? But once you put a young hottie next to her, okay, boom, I'm not even going to pay attention to Sarah Jessica Parker anymore. I'm going to look at the young hottie now. Okay, and there's a reason, okay, that these shows purposely don't put hot women next to the main women on the show, because the first thing men and women are going to do is compare these women with the younger, hotter women, okay? And you can't do that because that's going to break the spell, okay, the cope that the show is for a lot of middle-aged women. And I'm not saying this to hurt your feelings, ladies. I'm not, okay? I'm just telling you these are the tricks that the TV shows do, that the movies do, the studios do, in order to empower women, okay, by not presenting reality. It's easy to have self-confidence, okay, when the whole world, your whole universe bows down to you, okay? It's a lot harder to do it out in the fucking real world, okay? Where you see this all the time, okay? Where you see women that are actually, they're actually struggling with their own insecurity. Okay, and they're trying to keep it quiet, okay, and they're trying to cope with it and stuff. But once they watch Sex and the City, none of that exists anymore, okay, because the women are all boss bitches. You know, you see what I mean? And that's what Sex and the City was, and that's what this piece of shit is. The difference is with And Just Like Crap is that they basically took the whole I'm gonna fuck all these different guys, okay, and let's make funny jokes about it. Like if let's say a guy's a baker on Sex and the City, right? And he fucks one of the girls. Okay, the problem with him is that he can only get a hard on if he's fucking inside like dough or something like that with sugar on top. You see what I mean? Okay, that's what they always did. They always did shit like that. Okay, if the guy is an overeater or something, you know, like he eats too much. Okay, like he's like in this fat shaming fucking AA meeting, you know, for fat people. Okay, then what happens when Miranda fucks him? He's gonna eat her out way too much. Okay, because he can't stop eating. Get it? That's how the jokes were on Sex and the City. Okay, and they're trying to bring that back here. They actually did bring that back to And Just Like Crap, and it's just pathetic. Okay, because it's one thing to have that problem when you're like 35 years old. It's another thing to have that problem when you're 60 years old. Okay, it just doesn't work anymore. Okay, these jokes are old. Okay, these women are too old to be doing this shit. All right, these women are way too old to be competing with the younger women. Okay, but yet for some crazy fucking reason we are in lollipop land, because despite the fact these women are all old, okay, they're still getting a high value men. Okay, which is just bullshit. I'm sorry, it's bullshit. Okay. Get a straight guy in that fucking writing room, for Christ's sake, okay? To inject a little bit of fucking reality into this show, Okay, 'cause that's always been the biggest problem I had. Okay, it was never the women, it was always the men. Okay, who the fuck are these men? These are not real men. Nobody acts like a fucking guy. That really bothered me a lot. Okay, when I watched the original Sex and the City, the only time I ever saw a man act like a man on that show was Big. Big did, like in the first 2 seasons. He acted like a man. Steve did. Okay, definitely. Steve definitely acted like a man on Sex and the City. Okay, and I know, and if you watch my videos, I already talked about this. I've already reviewed every episode of Sex and the City. It's on this channel. You can look up the episodes, all right? But even back then, there was one character that really scared me. Okay, one of the guys that really scared me, and that was Berger, Jack Berger. Okay, I know you all fucking hate him because he broke up with Carrie on a post-it note, but damn it, I remember watching those episodes and I was defending him, and I could not understand why these women were all like, why Carrie was being such a bitch to him. He was doing exactly what I would have done. Okay, I would go to work the next day after that episode aired, because those episodes would air on a Sunday, and I go to work on Monday, and all the women would be talking about, oh my god, well, Jack was such an asshole. I was like, no, he wasn't. He didn't do anything wrong. Oh my god, the way he got up and got on his motorcycle while Carrie was talking to him, how rude. I was like, he got up because all she fucking did was talk about her ex fucking boyfriends. Like, how much does he have to fucking sit through? Like that's exactly what I would have done. Just stuff like that. And so that was like, he was depicted realistically, and I was a younger man back then. I was more insecure back then, just like Berger was, that kind of thing. His girlfriend makes more money than me, that kind of thing. I was more insecure about that too. So I get it. Okay, so that one they got right. Okay, Jack Berger, they got Jack Berger right, but the rest of the guys they got wrong. I mean, what the fuck was this? Richard Good? Okay, Dick Good, get it? What the fuck was that? Okay, a guy like that would never fall in love with Samantha. That's a load of crock. The only thing realistic about that relationship is that she caught him cheating on her. Of course, that realistically, any guy that she dates on the show realistically would have cheated on Samantha. You know why? Because why fucking be with a fucking 45-year-old woman when you can be with a 25-year-old woman? Okay, who's not a fucking whore? You see what I mean? That's the fucking difference, okay? That's what the show never wanted to talk about. Okay, they never wanted to tell you the truth about what men think about fucking women like Samantha. They didn't want to tell, because you loved her so much, because she was so adventurous, and she was so full of self-confidence, okay? And just fucking everyone and bragging about it, and giving all of her girlfriends advice on relationships, despite the fact that she can't even handle a relationship herself. She doesn't even know how to do one herself, okay? That kind of thing, okay? That hypocrisy, okay? Y'all are so blinded by Samantha, you don't really fucking see Samantha is pathetic. She's pathetic. Okay? And she's even older now. Okay? If Samantha was real, yes, I know there's real Samanthas out there, okay? She'd be living with cats. Okay? Just like Candace Bushel is. I'm not making that up. Okay? Candace Bushel only got married once to a guy who's much younger than her, much better looking than her. Okay? He fucking left her for a fucking ballet dancer and took a lot of her money, and now she lives at home in this huge fucking mansion, okay, with her fucking cats. And now she regrets all that fucking free sex she had in her 20s and 30s, okay, that she turned into Sex in the City, okay? Because now she's fucking alone and no guy wants to fucking be with her. And that's the truth. I'm sorry, it's the fucking truth. And she never did end up with Big, okay, much less murder him like Carrie did on this show, okay? Big in real life was I guess he was the publisher of Vogue magazine or something, okay, because she dated him in real life. That's where Big came from. As a high-end executive that all the girls in the building wanted to fuck and were fucking, but she got to fuck him once and she thought she was special because of that, so she decided to create a whole fucking TV show on it. But anyway, yeah, that all happened as well, okay, and now she's living alone with cats, and I'm not making that up. Look up what Candace Bushel's doing now. Okay, exactly. And by the way, Candace Bushel has nothing to do with this show, because this show is not really Sex and the City. Okay, this show is nothing more than fucking Pride Month mixed with Black History Month. Okay, that's all this fucking show is. Okay, that's all it is. Hey, Michael Patrick King, Sarah Jessica Parker. Okay, 2020 called. Okay, they want their year back. Okay, because in case you haven't noticed, okay, we're not living in 2020 anymore. We're not living in that world anymore. But apparently, for the people that make this show, they are still living in that world. Okay, which is even more pathetic. Okay, because the culture has moved on. Okay, there's no COVID lockdowns anymore. All that shit is gone. Okay, it's a new fucking world now. In case you haven't looked outside your window. Okay. We got a new leader. Okay, we got new everything. Okay, it's not 2020 anymore. Okay, this show is already outdated. Okay. It's already old and it just came out. Okay, like what the fuck is this? It's not 2020 anymore. Why am I getting lectured to on who the most famous unknown black women are? like what the fuck is this? This never would happen on Sex and the City. Why the fuck should I even give a shit? Since when the fuck was Sex and the City for black women? I know black women watched it, but was that the demographic? Was that their core audience? Was that their target audience? Was that who they were trying to sell Louis Vuittons and Chanel to? Was it? Okay, no, it wasn't. It never was. It was always white women. It was always rich, college-educated white women. Okay, that is the core fan base. Okay, and instead of fucking being embarrassed by that and trying to rewrite all that, just fucking accept it. Stay in your fucking lane. Okay? Your target audience is there. Why the fuck are you trying to deviate? Gay people are fine. All rom-coms have them. All chick flicks have them. Every protagonist in a chick flick has the gay best friend. Okay? Nothing wrong with that, but god damn it. Okay? Now the show is about gay relationships. It's about transgender relationships. It's about fucking gay relationships. And the show was never about that. That was like a joke on the side. You know, Anthony would get laid or something. Stanford would try to get laid. That was on the side. That was never the main focus of the show. The main focus of the show was who the fuck is Carrie fucking? Who is Charlotte fucking? Who is fucking that thing Miranda is fucking? And who's Samantha fucking this week? You know, that's what the show was, okay? There was nothing wrong with that formula. But now they've turned it into a fucking Black Lives Matter fucking pride parade, okay? And nobody gives a shit about that. The women, we're too fucking old now for that shit. We're way too fucking old for that, okay? Okay, what the women want to see, okay, what I believe the women want to see, okay, even the gay guys want to see, because they were attracted to the show back in the day, and it wasn't as fucking woke as it is now, okay? What they want to see is they want to see fucking older ladies fucking having sex, having relationships, going on dates. What are they talking about? Because that part is fun, especially if you're an older woman, okay, and you haven't had sex in fucking 3 years. Because you're just too fucking old. You can look at them and go, oh my God, maybe I can get laid too because Sarah Jessica Parker's getting laid on the show. You know? Oh, when you think of you old ladies out there, when you think about the fucking guy that you cheated on 20 years ago, 25 years ago, okay, now you can imagine that he came back into your life. And all those mistakes you made back then, they're all forgiven now because he took you back. You get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. But that's what they're selling you, and that's what you're buying. All right? Don't confuse this with goddamn Pride Parade. What the fuck, man? Even the straight people are gay on this fucking show. God damn. All right. Let's just get with the episode here, okay? Because I'm getting pissed off now. I'm getting really pissed off. What the hell? Okay, anyway, real quickly here, there's that. Okay? This right here, okay, that's my ex. And this right here, that is my Rumble. That's my Rumble there, okay? Because you know goddamn well YouTube, they're gonna take down anything that doesn't agree with their narrative. All right, now where did we leave off last time? Okay, so I was reviewing episode 1, season 3. That's what this is about. The name of the episode is called Outlook Good. Okay, I already went on my little spiel here about how ugly Rosie O'Donnell is and how disgusting Seema is. Okay, and how disgusting Miranda is, ugly and disgusting Miranda is. So we don't need to retread that anymore. The next scene we have here is Lisa and Herbert. Remember them? They're the black couple that exist on the show for no reason at all. I guess to attract black viewers, because they had 2 black women last 2 seasons. They had the college professor. I don't remember her name, and I don't care. Okay, they got rid of her. Okay, off screen. You're never going to see her again because I know that they released a press statement a year ago saying that she got fired from the show, okay, or she got let go, whatever. She ain't going to be on the show anymore. Okay, so obviously how they're going to deal with it in season 3 is simple. They're just not going to mention her or talk about her. Nobody's going to ask about her, that kind of stuff. That's how they're going to deal with that. Okay. Also, they got rid of Shay. Remember the Fred Flintstone thing? Okay, with a vagina. She fell in love with a female Popeye the Sailor Man, and they fucking walked away off into the sunset. Remember that? Cue ball? Yeah. Okay. So she got her happy ending. All right. Despite the fact she's unemployed, fucking comedian, and I say comedian with quotes because she was never fucking funny. She was funny to look at. That's about it. All right. So thank God she's gone, or that thing is gone. Sorry, Shay. I didn't want to disrespect you there by assuming your pronouns. I'm going to call you what you really are, a fucking pig. All right, that pig, that Puerto Rican Italian pig. Yeah. Okay, so they're gone, all right? All right, let's get back to Lisa and Herbert, okay? Now, as we all know, okay, every single woman on the show is a strong, independent, tough, empowered, smart, sexy, classy, educated, libtard boss bitch. And every man on the show is a dumpy, idiotic, coward who suffers from low self-esteem. And he also has a fucking vagina as well, but he's in denial about it. Okay, closeted homosexual man. Okay, that's every beta male. That's every single man on the show, the supposed man on the show. I don't want to assume their gender either. Okay. Anyway, they're married in bed. Okay, and Lisa can't sleep because she's worried about some presentation, some docu-series that she has to present to the to some producers at PBS. Because remember, that's her job. Okay, she runs that fucking household. She bosses him around, but he's actually the high-priced corporate lawyer. Okay, and she produces fucking documentaries for fucking PBS. Okay, that's her career, her non-paying career. She doesn't get shit doing this. It's fucking PBS, for Christ's sake. Okay, and she's been working on this documentary. According to the show, she's been working on this documentary for like something like 5 years. Okay, like she hasn't worked on anything else. Okay, but this is more important than her family, more important than her kids, more important than her marriage, more important than anything. Okay. Her husband is just there to fucking pay the bills, to pay for the fucking super expensive apartment they have, okay, in Manhattan. All right. And he, by the way, is running for city comptroller. Okay. That's basically the accountant for the city of New York. All right. And she's the one that pushed him into doing that. All right. Like I said, he pays all the bills there. This is every marriage on the show, by the way, not just this one. Okay. The husband pays all the bills. Okay. He takes care of everything financially. Okay, in the household, but he has absolutely no fucking authority on the household. He takes abuse from his wife, just like everybody else. All right, so that's going on here. Okay, she's doing Lisa's doing a Black women documentary presentation. She's worried about it. Okay, and honestly, that is exactly what Sex and the City fans have always wanted. They always needed every week was fucking Black History and Pride Month. Okay, that's the reason we watch Sex and the City, so we could get educated on Black history and pride. Anyway, he's trying to go back to sleep, okay, but she keeps waking him up, blah, blah, blah. So she goes into her fucking super expensive fucking kitchen, all right, okay, which, by the way, her apartment looks like a fucking Black History Month museum. Okay, so that's going on. Meanwhile, Miranda wakes up next to fucking butt ugly Rosie O'Donnell, which destroyed my libido. I'm not making this up. I had a date with my girlfriend last night and we did not have sex, okay? I'm not making that up. We did not have sex. I actually thought about fucking making a video last night, okay? Because I was still dressed nice and I came home early, obviously, okay? And I was like, I want to just make a video. I was too depressed. Okay, I can't have sex anymore. It's gonna be a while. All right. There's not enough Viagra in the world. Okay, to fix what I just saw. All right. It's just as bad, you know, and they keep doing this to me and I take it personal. If you remember the first episode of season 2, what was one of the first images they showed us? Exactly. Okay. And it took me a while before I could have sex with the girl I was dating back then. Okay. Now, okay, it's like I'm having flashbacks. I'm going through all that all over again. Okay. Who the fuck thought it was sexy to watch fucking butt ugly Cynthia Nixon having sex with even butt uglier Rosie O'Donnell? Who thought that that's what women wanted to watch, much less men? Okay, who thought that? What gay guys thought that was a good idea? Okay, to do that, all right, to fly fucking Rosie O'Donnell in from Ireland to do this scene. Who was responsible for that decision? I would like to know. All right, I think I do know, but you know. Anyway, that's going on here. Okay, yes, and of course Rosie is covered in fucking glycerin or some shit because she's like glowing. Okay, she looks like a big fucking hot air balloon that's shining. Okay, and of course, what does she do? She's just like looking at Samantha like that. Okay, which, oh God, why did I give myself that visual? I'm not gonna get through this video. Anyway, she says, "You." Okay, I'm quoting. Okay, I'm quoting from the show. "You are amazing. I've never had anything like that before. It was electric, yet natural." Oh my God. Did AI write this? This is not bedroom. This is not pillow talk. Okay, nobody talks like this. I was a virgin. Yeah, well, I pretty much figured that already. I'm a nun. Okay. See, this is what you get when you get a gay guy to write for women. Okay, much less a lesbian. Okay, because it's like it's like you got to write a woman who wishes she was a man, but it's stuck being a woman, but it's trying to hide it. Okay? Like, and you got to be a gay guy to understand that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, but this is typical Sex and the City right here. You meet somebody, they fuck, and then they find something wrong with them 5 minutes before the episode's over. Okay, that's typical. That's the formula for Sex and the City. Okay. Okay, the next scene here, we have some old Jewish lady, okay, who's in Central Park, okay, and she's accusing Charlotte's dog, Richard Burton. Yes, I'm not making that up. Charlotte has a dog named Richard Burton because she's obsessed with Liz Taylor. It's a long fucking story. I've already talked about this in my other videos about Sex and the City in this show. Okay, yes, she has a fucking pit bull named fucking Richard Burton. All right, anyway, and she loves Richard Burton more than she loves her fucking husband and her kids. I'm not making that up. Charlotte is a disgusting piece of fucking shit, which really bothers me because out of all the women on Sex and the City, Charlotte was the one I was most attracted to. Yes, she was a gold digger. Yes, she was a fucking idiot. Okay. Yes, she spoke like a fucking kindergarten teacher. Okay. But when she was like 32, 33, you know, she was good looking. She was pretty. She was the one I was most attracted to. She was the most feminine out of the four women. Okay, so definitely that was the one I would have picked number one. TV Guide magazine. I know you young kids don't know who that is, what that is, but TV Guide magazine used to be a thing. Okay, and I remember they did a poll back in the early 2000s. Men only. They asked men, which one of these four women would you get with? Okay, seriously, and hands down, they all voted for Charlotte. Not Carrie, not Samantha, definitely not Miranda. Okay, they all voted for Charlotte as the one that they would get with, and I agree with them because Charlotte was the most feminine. She acted like a woman. She looked like a woman. She spoke like a woman. You know, she walked like a woman. Okay, she was very feminine, and that attracts men. None of this fucking boss bitch bullshit. Okay, attracts men. Okay, we don't want that. We don't want to date some fucking bitch who thinks she's got a bigger cock than I do. Okay, you don't even have a cock, you dumbass fucking cunt. Who do you think you are, Jada Pinkett? Fuck you and get the fuck out of my face. Anyway, and that's the truth. All right, so yeah, so this old Jewish woman is accusing Miranda's dog of attacking her dog. Her dog's named Peanut. It's a Chihuahua. Okay, and so she demands that Miranda pays for her Chihuahua's MRI bill. Okay. And Charlotte, by the way, just looks like total fucking shit here. I think she's like trying to get rid of those fillers that she had in the last season, you know, because what the fuck's her name? Kristen Davis, you know, she's trying to stay young, but you know she can't. She's too fucking old. She's like almost 60 now. I think she is 60 now. Okay, and she's trying to put fillers in her face to make it just looks like she's like her face is all bloated. She looks disgusting now. Not only is she not as attractive as she was when she was in her early 30s, but now she's more of a bitch now than she ever was back then. She was the nice one out of the four. Okay, now she's a fucking cunt and a half. Impatient fucking Karen. Seriously, she treats everyone like shit now. You know, it's disgusting. It's weird to watch this happen because she wasn't like that before. All right. So anyway, so of course Charlotte complains to Harry in the kitchen. Every woman does this, by the way. If they're married and they have a family, they always yell at their husband in the kitchen while the kids are there. And that's what Charlotte does. Okay, she's in her kitchen in her high-priced, fucking expensive apartment in Manhattan that her husband Harry pays for because she has a bullshit job at an art gallery making like 30 grand a year. Okay, which is not going to afford the fucking luxury apartment that they live in. All right, so of course she's going to take this out on Harry. She complains to Harry. Okay, and then Rock, remember her? My name is Rock, new kid on the block, party be the fuck, R-O-C-K-Y, R-O-C-K-Y, Rock, Rock, Rock. Yeah, remember that piece of fucking shit, disgusting, I wish I had an abortion kid of hers? Yeah, she's the she, okay, not in this non-binary bullshit. No, she is there doing her usual Rock thing, okay, being a fucking cunt and a half, insufferable, eye-rolling fucking bitch. Okay, it was all about fucking LGBTQ rights. Who has to lecture her parents on LGBTQ rights? Okay, and Black Lives Matter, and fucking and Me Too, and all that kind of fucking shit. That's her only purpose on the show, to try to get the 14-year-old girls, okay, to get indoctrinated into this fucking Ivy League school bullshit culture, okay, that the rest of the fucking country does not fucking agree with. All right. Anyway, so that's going on here. All right. And of course, like I said, Rock is doing her usual thing, rolling her eyes and acting like she's better than everyone else. Okay. Rock says, "Mom, believe women." Okay, and then Charlotte, I don't need to hear this right now because she's not gonna discipline her children. She never disciplines her children. Her children can do whatever the fuck she wants. Okay, Lily can over here and get filled out by 15 black guys in her living room, and she would applaud Lily for not being racist. Okay, and she would provide the condoms. Okay, that's the kind of parents that Harry and Charlotte are. All right, they just let their kids do whatever the fuck they want. No repercussions. Okay, no consequence, no punishments, no nothing. Nobody gets grounded. Nothing. All right. So Charlotte, okay, will not let this go. She's so concerned about her dog being accused of hurting another dog. Okay. And Carrie, of course, being the stupid ass beta male that he is, he's just sitting there all dumpy and dopey and agreeable, and then he always says something self-depreciating about himself. Like, "Oh my God, how could that happen? Even me, my knee hurts too. Oh, like the piece of shit beta male that he is." All right. Like I said, he just pays for everything. He has no authority in that household at all. Charlotte tells him what to do, bosses him around. Okay, her kids boss her around. Okay, and the only thing she fucking loves in that entire fucking house is her goddamn dog. All right, so that's going on. All right, so Harry thinks, well, maybe our dog walker went rogue, huh? The only thing, what do we know about him? All I know is that he wears cargo shorts and we pay him too much. I saw these two vegans fighting over at a Whole Foods the other day. What's this world coming to? Yeah, like that, all right? And then Lily walks in the room. Lily's the Asian daughter, okay, that they adopted. Okay, Rock tells Lily to quit ordering fast fashion because she's putting away the boxes, put them in the recycle bin. Quit ordering fast fashion because it's killing the environment. And then, which is proof that, and I've had enough of fucking Rock's libtard bullshit. I'm sick and fucking tired about hearing from fucking Rock about fucking these gender, fucking non-binary gender fucking is a social construct crap. Okay? I'm fucking sick and tired of hearing about it. Okay, and that's why they have Rock on the show. They couldn't just have a normal daughter, okay, who likes to fucking play with dolls as a little girl, dressed like a girl. They can't fucking have that on the show. No, they have to. Their biological daughter has to be a fucking piece of shit cunt that their parents enable. Anyway. So, of course, Lily walks in and tells Rock not to leave her smelly socks on the floor because it's killing her environment. Okay, yeah, see how they go back and forth like that? Yeah. Okay, and Lily can't really attack Rock because Rock is gay, and Rock can't really attack Lily because Lily's Asian. Okay, so they're at a stalemate here with the oppression Olympics. You see what I mean? Okay, so Harry is just a usual passive, self-depreciating beta male that no one in that household respects. He makes stupid-ass dad jokes. That's all he fucking does. Okay, he never sticks up for himself. He lets his wife walk all over him. Whatever his wife wants, he gives it to her. When his wife says, "I'm going to work now," or when she criticizes his parenting techniques, or when she stays out late to hang out with her fucking gay fucking art gallery friends, okay, and gets shit-faced, okay, he just has to put up with it. He can't say anything to her. He can't tell her where the hell you've been. I was worried. Your kids were worried about you. He can't do nothing. She will not be held accountable. No woman on this fucking show will ever be held accountable for any of the fucking shit they did. It's always going to be a fucking man's fault. Anyway, so they get ready. Lily reminds Charlotte that Charlotte needs to go to. There's going to be a dress rehearsal for a ballet. Okay, apparently Lily has the hots for one of the ballet dancers because I know that's what turns women on. To watch men in these tights with a camel toe. Okay, doing this. And all this. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it turns women on. Absolutely. Okay, and Lily has the hots for one of these fucking closeted ballet dancers. All right. So that's why she wants her mom to go. It makes no sense. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, so that's going on here. It's for the ballet's friends and family day, a dress rehearsal. You get to watch a dress rehearsal, okay? And the gay uncle, Gunkle, Anthony is going to be there, and so is Giuseppe, his big dicked boyfriend, okay? And Carrie's going to be there too, because what else she got to fucking do? All right, okay, and that's going on, and while they're getting ready to leave, they're about to leave the apartment. Charlotte tells her dog, Oh, I love you so much, and I'll miss you. I'll be thinking about you all day. And then Harry mentions something. He mentions, hey, you know, I'm just gonna pretend that my wife said that to me instead of the fucking dog. You ungrateful cunt. You're a fucking divorce lawyer, dude. Get rid of her ass, man. She's gonna pay you alimony. What the fuck, man? This is such a load of crap. And of course he's okay with it. He doesn't mind his fucking wife disrespect. He doesn't mind any of that shit. He's just the one that pays for everything. That's his whole fucking purpose on this show, is to pay for everything. He pays for his fucking kids like super expensive private school. He pays for his fucking slut ass daughter's fucking condom so she can go get fucking filled out like an application by every guy at her fucking university. He just pays for everything. He pays for the fucking dog food that fucking little fucking piece of shit eats. And yet nobody respects him in his own fucking house. And he's okay with it. Who the fuck wrote that? Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Michael Patrick Queen wrote this. Ladies, let's be honest here, okay? And I mean this. I mean this from the bottom of my heart, okay? I know a lot of you are married, okay? And I'm sure a lot of you are happily married. Okay? Seriously. Would you respect your husband if he was this way? If you and your kids all fucking treated him like shit and he would just make dad jokes about it and agree with you, yeah, I'm dopey and stupid, I know. Really? Could you respect a man like that? You know, could you? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, I'm losing my shit. I'm going to stop my video right here, but I'll be back shortly to continue my review of this god-awful abortion of a show. I thank you for watching this long, and I'll see you soon on the next one. Bye.